Good evening, everyone. In this class, we are going to discuss about optimum population theory. Okay, now there is a question arise. How many people can a society support to achieve the greatest prosperity and well-being for all? Okay, this presentation will explore the evolution of one of history's most compelling ideas. Okay, excessive growth may reduce output per worker, repress levels of living for the masses, and engender strife, according to Confucius, 1551 to 1479 BCE, before Christ. Okay, the idea of a base population size is not new. Over 2 millennia ago, philosophers recognized a delicate relationship between the number of people and the quality of life. This set the foundation for a long-running debate about balance, resources, and societal health. In 1798, Thomas Malthus argued that humanity was on a collision course. He proposed that population, if unchecked, grows exponentially, while the resources to feed it only grow linearly. This imbalance, he believed, made hardship inevitable. Okay, food production is arithmetic growth and population in geometric growth, according to Malthus. Now, there are some preventive checks, human actions to limit birth rates like late marriage, moral restraints, or some positive checks like famine, disease, war, events that increase death rates. Okay, these are natural, these are human. Malthus believed that to keep population in balance with resources, nature employs two types of checks. His theory presented a world where humanity's future was constrained by poverty and suffering unless birth rates were deliberately controlled. The Malthusian view was challenged by a new school of thought. Rather than seeing population growth as an inevitable path to ruin, thinkers like Edwin Cannon proposed a more nuanced relationship. They argued that an increase in population could be beneficial up to a certain point by promoting specialization and efficient resource use, that is human resource. Okay, the question was not just about survival but about achieving the highest possible standard of living. This was the birth of the optimum population theory. Okay, what does optimum population mean? Okay, what is the meaning of this term optimum population? The optimum population is the ideal size of a population which, given a country's available resources, capital, and technology, yields the maximum possible economic welfare and per capita income. Evolution of the definition. According to Edwin Cannon, the point of best utilization of all available means of production indicates the optimum population. Okay, the point, there's a point. What is the point? It is the best utilization of all available means of production. Okay, best utilization point of what? Of all available means of production. Okay, according to Lionel Robbins, okay, optimum population means the population which just makes the maximum returns possible. Okay, population which just makes the maximum return. Okay, population, the maximum return. Okay, according to Hugh Dalton, optimum population means that which gives the maximum income per head. Okay, which population gives the maximum income per head, means per people. Okay, according to Hugh Dalton. Then Carl Saunders means optimum population means that population which produces maximum economic welfare. Okay, according to Carl Saunders, optimum population means the population which produces a maximum level of economic welfare, expanding beyond pure income. Okay, these are some basic definitions of optimum population provided by prominent geographers or philosophers. Okay, the relationship between population size and per capita income can be visualized as a curve like this. Per capita income, population size. As population grows from a low level, income per person rises. Okay, population go low level, income per person rises like this. It reaches a maximum at the optimum point. This is the optimum point, after which further population growth causes income per person to decline. Okay, after this point, some population growth causes population increase causes income per person to decline. Okay, per income will be decline like this. In this systems, population will increase, and population are increasing, and this systems population is population per capita income are declining. Okay, after the point of optimum population. Optimum population, maximum per capita income. Okay, the three stages of population and income. Okay, underpopulation. The first portion is known as underpopulation, the rising slope. Okay, resources are underutilized, and increase in population leads to better division of labor and more efficient production, causing per capita income to rise. Population growth is desirable here. Okay, in this stage, optimum population, the peak, the ideal balance, resources and labor are in perfect sync. The country achieves its highest possible per capita income and standard of living in this stage. Okay, optimum population. On the other hand, the last stage, overpopulation, the falling slope, diminishing returns set in, available land, capital and resources are sustained by too many people, causing per capita income and economic welfare to decline. Okay, this is the three stages of population and income. Okay, measuring the imbalance according to Dalton's formula, M is equal to bracket A minus O bracket close divided by O. Okay, here M means degree of maladjustment, A means actual population, and O means optimum population. Okay, if M is positive, that means more than 0, the country is overpopulated. For example, if A is our actual population is 120 million, optimum population is 100 million, then degree of maladjustment is positive 0.2 or 2% overpopulated. Okay. On the other hand, if M is 0, okay, the population is extremely optimum. Okay, if M is negative, M means degree of maladjustment. If degree of maladjustment is negative, that is less than 0, the country is underpopulated. Okay, for example, if A that is 80 million and optimum population is 100 million, then degree of maladjustment is minus 0.2 or 20% underpopulated. Okay, this formula provides a simple quantitative way to assess how far a country's population is from its economic ideal. Okay, this is the formula provided by Dalton. Okay, the theory in the real world. Okay, underpopulated. Example, Australia and Canada. Characteristics, vast land area and rich natural resources with a relatively small population. Then it could support a larger population without lowering per capita income. In fact, it might increase productivity. Near optimum, example, USA, United States of America and Singapore. Characteristics, high population but balanced by abundant resources. Advanced technology, that is in USA, or exceptional governance and human capital, for example, Singapore. Okay, resources are effectively utilized to sustain very high living standards. Similarly, overpopulated countries like Niger and Chad, basically in African countries, characterized by low population density but scarce resources, poor technology and low productivity. Okay, implications, the population exceeds that carrying capacity of the economy, leading to poverty. This slow overpopulation is a relative economic concept, not just a numbers game. Okay, these are some real world example of underpopulated, near optimum and overpopulated countries and their characteristics along with implications. Okay, the optimum is a moving target. The optimum level of population is not fixed. It is a dynamic concept that changes over time. Okay, if the original optimum is here, it may rise newly, or it may get new in new form, new higher optimum. Okay, what shape the curve? Technological progress. There are some basic factors of changing this optimum point, like technological progress, discovery of new resources, increase in capital stock. Okay, technological progress, new inventions and methods raise productivity, allowing more people to be supported at a higher income level. Discovery of new resources, finding new mineral deposits or developing new energy sources increases a country's carrying capacity. Increase in capital stock, more machinery, infrastructure and investment boost economic output. Okay, the goal is not to find one magic number but to continuously enhance a country's capacity to support its people well. Okay, the foundations of the model, key assumptions. Okay, what is the foundation of optimum population model? To isolate the relationship between population and income, the classic optimum population theory rests on several key assumptions. Okay, what are the key assumptions? Natural resources of a country are fixed. Okay, the theory considered natural resources of a country are fixed, not changing, not changeable. Similarly, techniques of production do not change. The stock of capital is constant. The ratio of working population to total population is unchanged. Working hours of labor remain constant. Okay, while these assumptions are unrealistic in the long term, they allow for a clear theoretical analysis of population's direct impact. Okay, a more progressive and realistic view. Okay, differs between Malthusian theory and optimum population theory. Okay, on the basis of focus, Malthusian theory focuses on population versus food supply. Okay, population versus food supply. Outlook, pessimistic, that is inevitable misery, and nature, static and primarily applicable to agrarian societies. Okay, it's basically applicable for agricultural based societies. Okay, then similar on the other hand, optimum population theory, on the basis of focus, it focuses on population versus total income, output and welfare. Okay, Malthusian theory focuses on population and food supply. On the other hand, optimum population theory focuses on population and total income, output and welfare. Outlook, optimistic, achieving maximum prosperity, and nature, dynamic and universally applicable to all economies. Okay, the optimum theory offers a broader, more dynamic and economically realistic framework. It shifts the conversation from mere subsistence to maximizing human potential. Okay, now there are some criticisms and limitations of this theory. Okay, first of all, difficult to measure. In reality, no country has able to precisely calculate its optimum population. The concept remains largely theoretical. Okay, it's not practical. Okay, ignores income distribution. A country may have a high per capita income that marks vast inequality. The theory focuses on the average, not the distribution. Okay, it only focuses on average, not the whole population. The level is not fixed because technology and resources are constantly changing. The optimum is a constantly moving target. Okay, making it difficult for policymakers to aim for. Okay, as the technology and resources are changing, the optimum point maybe change. Okay, on another criticism of this theory is neglect social factors. The theory is primarily economic, ignoring the cultural, social and institutional factors that influence population and productivity. Okay, the optimum population theory does not provide a single magic number. Its true value lies in the framework it offers. The dialogue that began with Confucius continues today. The quest is not to find a final answer, but to perpetually strive for a dynamic balance between our population, our resources, and our ingenuity to create the highest possible welfare for all. It remains the central economic and environmental challenge of our time. Okay, that's all for today. If you have any doubt and query, just let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Thank you.